People, deluded. Arsenal 2, Napoli 0. Superb result to take into the second leg. It's only half time, pardon me. Within this tie in itself, it's still a lot of football to be played. 90 minutes to be specific, plus in future added on time. So yeah, I'm finally coming down off the high of obviously just being ecstatic, just ecstasy of being like the performance, in my opinion, from in the first half. I thought we played good, man. But coming down from that, now we might as well speak about a couple things that happened tactically, or that I thought I saw tactically first time round. Of course, I'm gonna watch the game again. I ain't gonna do that today because I'm actually tired. It's been a very long day. I'm not even gonna lie to you folks. But first time around, let's give it a shot. First, I want to speak about, this is Mesut Ozil, by the way. Ignore everybody else. They're all obviously the opposition. Mesut Ozil. Now, we lined up in this formation. Obviously, we had our keeper. We had the 3 at the back, 5 at the back, obviously, defensively, which we did very well today in terms of sitting in. Maitland-Niles was sweeping up everything down his channel in particular, and Kohler was getting forward at will. Defensively in the second half, we'll speak about that quickly, in fact. Defensively in the second half, it was just quickly then balls into channels, whether it was Koulibaly starting the phases and then balls into this. Wait, do you know what? I have more, let me use them. What I mean by that is Kohler was more realistically here. Monreal was here. It was either the short or it was the shoulder or it was the inside. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's not just Monreal, sorry. Maitland-Niles was guilty of it at times. Even our defence, it's not even being guilty. It's just something I told you lot in the preview to be wary of. The last shoulder. You've got some very calculated, attacking-minded players at Napoli. And they gave us some things to be frightened of in the second half in particular, and more so in the first half. So yeah, man. So yeah, I feel they really troubled us. They really troubled us in that regards. Let's actually talk about the first point I had now. And admittedly, I've messed everything up right about now. Just put the 3 at the back. You up here. Yeah, let's go back to where we was. You come out. Now, what I wanted to speak about firstly was, this is what you mainly saw in it, people. You obviously saw our 3 at the back, 5 when sitting. We'll speak about the midfield in a sec. But what I liked, yeah, it appeared in the first half, or at least the first 20 minutes in particular, Aubameyang was peeling on that side. Whether that was thinking, I wouldn't say whose side is the more attacking of the two fullbacks they had, but if he had any plans about going forward, he might have had to think, okay, he might not be directly playing as a winger now, but Aubameyang's quicker than me. We've obviously done our homework because Carlo Ancelotti for a fact does his homework in more ways than we can comprehend. He already knows that Kohler is you give him a license, he's gone. So he's going to think about that. Obviously, he had Callion on that pitch. Callion will always defend and always back you, but I don't know what that was for, but it impressed me. And Lacazette down this side. And obviously you saw for our first goal with Ramsey, I can't paint the picture for you, but how everybody was involved, and Lacazette down this channel, forgive me if I'm wrong, in particular. So I really like to see that. And then it was interesting, to be more specific, you saw them peeling, and it was almost like Ozil was pressing there, and it became, making sure you look can see, it's hard to hold this with my right hand, but Ozil got involved. So it's more like, when they split, it was more like that. So there was no end ball. I think we did a very good job of disallowing young Meret in playing out from the back. You saw balls were just going long. So how could Napoli's midfield get onto it? Onto the topic of midfield now. Let's just say, you know what? Nah, we'll take him out. We'll go from a Mesut Ozil to a neutral. What I like to see, people. In fact, no, we need Ozil. Ozil's still on the other team. What I like to see, people, is how we press them. Our midfield, Aaron Ramsey's going to get onto people. Mesut Ozil is going to press with them. In fact, to make it a bit easier, Mesut Ozil is going to press with them, people, right? Mesut Ozil is going to press. I've already told you about that. Now let's take Mesut Ozil out of play. Aaron Ramsey's pressing. Torreira's pressing. Our fullbacks are high up the field, sort of thing. Obviously, we have to come up as a team. They had no outballs. They really had no outballs. We did a very good job of being bullish, coming in tight, squeezing it. They had no outballs. First off, they had nowhere to go, people. Absolutely nowhere to go, people. Nowhere. And it was superb to see that they took on the manager's tactics and them things there from our point of view. But they really had no outball. And the only thing that really scared me throughout the whole game is when they turned it on, they can create chances at will, and they had some poor finishing on show tonight. But first off, Insigne should have buried his chance. We had some sitters, don't get me wrong, but obviously, if we don't score at Naples and they score 2 very early, you get what I'm saying? It's a difficult picture. I'd back us to score away from home, and complicate matters with an away goal. But they gave us, in particular, the last 10 minutes, I would say, from a personal point of view, to think of it's not done yet, innit, sort of thing, people. But you had that last point, really and truly of note. There's not anything really that matters. If you saw their balls into the left hand channel and you saw Insigne's runs, but it was nice for me, anyways, to see Unai Emery quickly recognise, you know what? Let's try and manage out the game a bit. Let's stop getting excited. It's a good result. Let's go 5 at the back, sort of thing. Just lock it all down, man. It was nice to. We've seen it before, people. We've really seen it before. He just locked it down. Like he just locked everything down in midfield. Like he had 5. In fact, there's no point even showing it, people. You obviously saw the 5-4-1. You saw it. There's no point because I've showed it to you before. But you get the point. Like, we really just... It was impressive from a tactical point of view, really, for me. Just the fact that the players comprehended and took on what the manager and the coaching staff were obviously working on all week. I would show it to you lot, but it's a waste of your time, and I respect you lot. I've already taken up 6 minutes of your time. It's late as well, so I'm not even going to do you a disjustice. But in short, it was nice to see us go from the 3 at the back, what sort of a 3-4-1-2 sort of thing, or something of that, of notes with people floating, if that even is 11 players, something along them lines, and then go into somewhat a proper 5 at the back, 4 in midfield, and then Aubameyang, obviously, because Lacazette and Ozil came off at this point, just as a focal point. Did ride our luck at times, but in a large part I felt we were superb, so credit where due. In terms of my input, I'm going to keep it moving. I understand that it's late, and like yourselves, I want to go to my bed. People, DG.